Hey, thanks for clicking to watch. What I want to do in this video is educate you to the point to whether you know whether this is the right community for you or not. Okay, so this isn't going to be your typical VSL that is super copy rich with all these persuasion tactics. No, what I'm going to do is I'm going to break it into 4 parts. First part is, who is this community for? Who's it not for? Second is, how does this community solve your problems? And the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to bring you inside with the screen share to show you exactly how the community works. So there'll be no surprises after you sign up and come on inside. Okay. Step 3 is, who am I and why should you listen to me in the first place? And step 4 is the pitch, totally soft pitch, but I have to do it at the end. All right. So let's get started with part 1. Who is this for? This community is for coaches, creators, business owners who are experts in what they do, but they are not experts in marketing. Okay. And you need to market, otherwise no one knows you exist and you'll never make any sales and life will be miserable, right? And so you need to market and you're trying to figure it out on your own. But here's the thing. As soon as you start trying to figure it out on your own, Facebook knows what you're up to, Google knows what you're up to. So you're just seeing ad after ad after ad of all these different tactics and you're getting just overwhelmed and frustrated and confused. Why? Because should you start with a funnel first? Should you start with organic traffic first? Should you be doing YouTube ads, Facebook ads, right? Should you start a community? All these different things. And if you're like most people, you finally decide on one of these things to start on and you start down that path. But before you can finish it, you get sidetracked. Oh, my dog just knocked over a fan. But before you can finish that, you moved on to something else, right? And so right now, you may not feel like you're any further ahead than you were a couple weeks ago or even a couple months ago. And so that's what this community is built for. It's an A to Z process where we start at the beginning. We focus on the big 3 of marketing. That is your avatar, your message, and the delivery of that message, okay? And we do it a step by step process, so that we eliminate the overwhelm, we eliminate the frustration, we get rid of that shiny object syndrome, and you finally can see the path ahead of you, and you finally have that confidence that this time it's actually going to work. All right, so let's move on to step number 2, and I'll show you inside the community. All right, so once you join the community, what you want to do is hit the classroom, okay? And you want to watch the Start Here video first. That just explains how the community works, gives you an outline of everything. All right. And then you will start your work. Let's just give you an example of when you actually start building out things. Okay. So like I said before, we're going to be focused on the big 3 of marketing. That is your avatar, that is your message, that is your delivery. Okay. And that is how this is built, set up. Okay. So first step is to identify your ideal avatar. So here it is. There is a 7-minute and 53-second lesson on what that is all about. But this isn't a community about learning stuff. This is a community about doing stuff. Okay. Every week I want to see you take huge steps forward to completing your offer to making sales. So what you do is you click on this document here, and this gives you the prompts that we're going to use to come up with your ideal buyer. Okay. So now you've got that, you're going to go through that work. And because we're using ChatGPT now, it's not going to take you that long to create this killer avatar description. And so that's how it works. That's each module is like this. And so you're going to do the homework here, and then you're going to come to the calendar, and you'll see that every Tuesday we have our weekly one-on-one calls. Okay. And from there, you click on this link here, and this opens up my calendar, and you book your time to meet with me one-on-one. Okay. It's not a group call. It's one-on-one call. So we'll go over what you do with your avatar, help you understand it, whatever step you're working on. We'll make sure that everything is good to go. All right. And so that's what you're going to do on Tuesday. And then on Wednesday, you're going to implement what we talked about on Tuesday. Okay, cool. And then on Thursday, you're going to come to the group call. All right. And the group call, that's where the group will meet. And you can share your updates. We can go over it really quick. You can see what other people are doing. You can learn from them. And it's a great community. And so you'll share your update. I will give you some feedback on what you've updated. And then you implement that on Friday. Super cool, eh? And now you've got the first step done. And that's what's so cool about this community is every week you're going to see real progress. So let's just walk you through what that progress entails. Like I say, we're following the big three of marketing: avatar, message, delivery. So avatar is module 1. You start with your messaging on module 2. And again, we've got the ChatGPT prompts in there, so you're not doing most of the heavy lifting. And then we'll refine what you come up with on your messaging on the Tuesday call. Then we're going to create your irresistible offer. I'll teach you how to create organic posts that get engagement. Then we go through the paid ads. Remember, if you're not running ads, you've got a hobby, not a business. Your marketing funnel. This is the actual funnel that you're going to build in ClickFunnels or Kartra or Go High Level, whatever is your choosing. We're going to talk about which funnel to choose. Every funnel out there has worked for someone. Some are better than others, depending on your niche and your budget and different things. So this is where we will clarify which one funnel that you are going to take, that you're going to follow up on, because we don't want any more shiny objects, right? We want to focus on the one thing. And once we land on that one thing, we are going to make it work. All right. Then you'll go through how to create your email follow-up. We'll talk about the tools and the tech. This is like the back end stuff for how to actually technically build your funnel, how to technically run a Facebook ad, all that other stuff. So I hope you see how this community is so much different than anything you might have done before for 2 reasons. One, it's because it is A to Z. Okay. This isn't one of the tactics in the big wheel. This is the whole kit and caboodle, like I like to say, right? All the way from identifying your avatar to running your final retargeting ad on Facebook. Okay. It's all of it. Okay. That's the first thing. And the second thing is, because of the way we have the calls set up, the one-on-one calls on Tuesday and the group calls on Thursday, this course is designed for results. Okay. It's not something I want you to learn and put in your brain vault to, come back to later. We're going to go through it step by step by step to make sure that you actually get results and you're making sales as soon as possible. Because keep in mind, your biggest expense right now is the money you are not making. So let's wipe out that expense by getting you some money. All right. So if you've made it this far, you're probably thinking that everything looks pretty cool on the surface, but can this guy, Mike Caldwell, who you might not have heard of before 30 minutes ago, can he deliver on what he's promising? Excellent question. So I just want to share why I think I'm the right guy to help you with this. So first, I've been in this business for 12 years. And to the best of my knowledge, I'm the only person on the planet with video endorsements from both Russell Brunson and Todd Brown. Okay. And why that's important is because you've probably heard of Russell Brunson. He's everywhere, right? But when Russell needed help back in the early days, who did he go to for help? Todd. Okay. So that's how cool it is to have Todd Brown's endorsement. And not only is the endorsement cool, but Todd actually wrote the foreword to my book. And I believe I have sent you, or I will send you a PDF copy of my book, and just read his endorsement of me in the foreword. It's pretty cool. So anyway, I've got the endorsements of the biggest names, and that's one of the reasons why you may not have heard of me, is because most of the work I've been doing up until now has been done for you work, but with referrals. Okay, I just get referred clients, and that's why I've worked in pretty much all of the niches. I've had positive results, positive return on investments, positive return on ad spends in all of the niches. One of my biggest proudest moments was helping 2 brothers, Andrew and Steve Batchelor, and they owned a boot camp gym that was about to close the doors. They were in big trouble, and they didn't know how they're going to pay for their lease once the gym closed. But anyway, they're in big trouble. And within a few months, I was able to allow them to quit their day jobs that was funding the gym to work the gym full time. And that's because we got them a 36-to-1 return on ad spend. And I did it not by hacking Orange Theory and hacking Gold's Gym. I did it by understanding the avatar, but everything that we're going to be doing in this community. Okay. And that's why it works in every single niche, because the message that we create for a boot camp gym owner is going to be a lot different than a roofing contractor, right? But the process for getting to that message is the same. And so that's why I've had success in every niche, because we follow this same process. I spent over $1 million in Facebook ads. I'll put a couple of screenshots on the page just so you can see that I'm not full of baloney there. And yeah, this is what I eat, breathe, and sleep. I love marketing, and I love empathic marketing especially. And that's why if you join this community, I absolutely 100% guarantee that you are going to benefit so much from being here. All right, now we come to the time that we've all been waiting for, the pitch. Okay, this is not going to be a hard pitch because it should be a no-brainer offer. All right, at a minimum, you're going to get 4 half-hour coaching calls with me. Any coach worth their salt charges $500 an hour, right? So that's 2 hours worth of coaching. So that's $1,000 value on its own. All right. Now, you're probably thinking, well, if you're so valuable and you've got all these great testimonials from Russell and Todd, then why are you only charging $97 a month? And that's an excellent question. And that's because this is a brand new community. Doesn't have any social proof. Okay. So I need to build that social proof. And that is why it's so cool that you are here right now. Okay. And the reason I'm saying that is because in order for me to increase my price, which ultimately will be at least $497 a month or $5K a year, I need to get results for you. Okay. So the faster I can get you results, the faster you can get me a testimonial, and the faster I can raise my price. Okay. So right now I am all in on helping you. That's why you get the 4 calls per month. A few months from now, the new members, they're not going to have that same access. Listen, I'll be transparent here as well. If I was to sign up and start working with Russell Brunson right now, I would not have the testimonial that I have from him. And why is that? Because Russell doesn't give access to his coaching students like the access that I had to him back in the day. Okay, Russell was just starting out then, and he needed people to succeed in order for him to grow his business. So he helped me succeed, and with my success, I gave him my testimonial, which he used to grow. Okay. And that's how I want to pretty much use you right now. I want to use you as somebody who I can help grow your business, make some money, be overwhelmingly impressed, and say that in a screenshot and say that in a testimonial video. Okay. So that is a pitch. Get in now because the offer is what it is, right? $97 a month for all the modules, all the ChatGPT prompts that are going to fast track you to get the results, the weekly calls with me where we will fine tune what you and ChatGPT worked on, and then the group call where we will take one more look at it and just give it the rubber stamp and make sure it's locked and loaded and ready to go. And there's one more part to this offer that should seal the deal. And that is I'm offering a 7-day free trial, right? And so what that means is you get to get into the community, test drive it for completely free, experience every aspect of it. The one-on calls with me, the education, the ChatGPT prompts, right? You get all of that in the first week. So by the end of the week, you will know 100% for certain whether this is the community for you or not. And 2 things are going to happen. 1, you're going to decide, hey, it's not the community for me. And you get to leave with more knowledge, more wisdom. Or 2, which is more likely, you're going to say, oh, finally, this is exactly what I've been looking for. And I can't believe I didn't find this sooner. All right. So all you got to do now is click the button. It's on one of these sides of this video and join now. Like I say, it's school. So you do put in your credit card, but you won't actually be billed for 7 days. And get into the group. Let's get on the one-on-one calls. Let's get you moving through the modules, and let's get you making some money. All right, we'll see you on the inside. Can't wait to talk to you in person.